Welcome to sportsmemo.com. I am Kelly Stewart with Teddy Covers today. I am so excited. Teddy, college football is back. It was kind of back last week, but not in the same capacity it is this week. We're going to start off with Georgia Tech at Florida State. Current line's 12.5, total 52.5. This one's going to be a really interesting dynamic because Florida State, yet another new head coach in the last few years. This has just kind of got a wild ride, and it's hard for me to cap some of these new guys. Now, while I liked what Norvell did at Memphis, that doesn't always correlate to what he's going to do with the Seminoles team.
Yeah, I mean, look, what I'm hearing from bookmakers around town, and this is pretty much universal. I've talked to a number of different guys. Nobody knows what to expect this college football season. The bettors don't know. The bookmakers don't know. The handle is down. So the truth of it is, if we can find good information about these games, about these teams, there's likely to be money to be made because it's not like the odds makers are particularly confident, and it's not like even the sharp groups that I've talked to are particularly confident coming into the season. It's going to be a week-by-week situation. Now, when we come into a new year, I'm always going to start by what was this team at the end of last year. Teams can and do make big jumps between seasons, but when you talk about from a power rating perspective, what do we think about these squads? We have to look at where Florida State was and where they've been, which is mediocre at best. That's why this number is as low as it is. You talked about some of the issues for the Seminoles. Obviously, with James Blackman back at the QB, he won the job in fall camp, but they've had issues on the offensive line in recent years. And it is most assuredly with a new coaching staff, with new systems again on both sides of football. So third new offense and defense over the last 3 years with Jimbo Fisher and then Willie Taggart and now Norvell. There's going to be growing pains for Florida State early and potentially often this season. A mediocre team from last year with offensive line issues, a new coach. You can anticipate there's going to be problems. But when you start grading out the personnel here, Kelly, it really looks like a very one-sided game. Florida State has positions they absolutely dominate Georgia Tech. You grade out the Georgia Tech offensive line against the Florida State defensive line, and it's a problem for Georgia Tech. And, of course, it's a Yellow Jackets team, Jeff Collins' second year. They led the nation in punts last year. That's all you need to know. They do bring 10 starters back on defense. Not a good defense a year ago. They allowed almost 35 points a game. But it is one of the more experienced units in the country. We can expect some improvement defensively for Georgia Tech. I'm just not convinced they can score against this FSU defense. So I guess my reaction here is I'm looking at the under in this ballgame. If I had to take a side, I don't have to take a side. But I think the underdog here might be a little bit overmatched, but it's not a favorite that I trust coming out of the gate with the new head coach. So the under to me is the one that stands out. We've already seen some line movement towards the under in this ballgame, opened in the 54 range, so it's been trickling down. But I wouldn't be surprised at all if the wise guys hit this under in the next 24 to 48 hours. If you like the under, I'd bet sooner rather than later.
All right, Teddy, I'm with you. Look, the Florida State defense returns 10 starters. I know they were terrible last year, but they do have that new defensive coordinator from Memphis. And I do think Georgia Tech's defense will improve. I'm not going to force you to pick a side here, but the Yellow Jackets outside of last year were great against the spread. You're right. They struggled offensively with that new offense in 2019. They were 3-11 against the spread. It was just atrocious. But, I love those underdogs. And with this FSU team, that number looks just a little bit enticing. Can I get you to pick a side, maybe lean one way towards the other?
There's a talent differential between Florida State and Georgia Tech, a real talent differential. And if Florida State can live up to the talent they have on the roster, they can win this game by 5 touchdowns. It wouldn't shock me.
Wow. Okay.
I understand, especially for week one, the sharp money tends to come on underdogs. People are always, this dog can win. That dog can win.
You know me. I'm just a dog lover.
I love laying. I cashed with Army last week, and I understand there was great play, Arkansas State plus the points and all that. I don't mind laying points in week one when you have a situation where there is a talent mismatch, and I do think there's a talent mismatch here. That said, these two teams have been conference rivals and have played a while, but the last time a Florida State Georgia Tech game 2002. That's when Florida State won by 80 points. Certainly series history is not going to favor this one. Slightest of lean towards FSU. And that's another one that if you want to bet it, I'd bet it sooner rather than later. I would not be shocked at all if the Seminoles go off as 2-touchdown favorites at kickoff. You can get them at minus 12, 12.5 right now.
All right, great stuff from Teddy. Guys, Teddy released his legendary NFL season win report. He has absolutely been crushing it since 2001, 69% and a 13-3 mark on those 5% big tickets. Make sure you guys take advantage of this opportunity. Get on board for $199, or you can get this report 100% free for Teddy's full season subscribers. Just head over to sportsmemo.com.